Good evening, everyone. A warm welcome to all the attendees over here. So, I would like to request everyone, all the panelists, to come on the camera mode. Yeah, I take the privilege to introduce our panelists today. So, we have Shripal Jain. Shripal Jain, he is a qualified chartered accountant and US CPA. Hi, sir.
Yeah, hi Sonam. Hi
Yeah.
everyone.
Yes. So we also have like Mr. Benjamin Wong. So he is a qualified CFA, CPA USA, CPA Canada. So he's a global finance leader who have joined across the globe with us today, taking out time on the weekend. So welcome to the session, Ben.
Thank you, Sonam.
Yeah. So we have Kavita Mishra, we have Prashant. So Kavita generally like she heads the support department at Simandar Education, and Prashant would take care of all the evaluation like sessions and the entire guidance stepwise. So Kavita and Prashant are over here. If you guys have any questions to them related to evaluations or so, you can put it in the Q&A window. We also have our alumni, Ritu, CPA alumni, and joining with us. Hi, Ritu. You're on mute, Ritu.
Hi everyone, how are you all?
Yeah, I would like to thank first thing like you on a short notice you have joined us for the webinar today. So
Yeah,
many of the students would be looking forward to talk to you and have to know how you have cleared CPA and all. So
yeah,
we look forward for the further questions.
got it.
Thank you. Yeah, Shripal sir, over to you.
Okay, hi everyone. Are you able to hear us? I think because we saw some of them are not able to kind of hear us, the audio is not working, is what I heard. Okay, cool. I think Sarfaraz is audible. Thank you so much, everyone. So I'll start with a small introduction, and then we'll let Ben from Becker to kind of go ahead with different courses and all. And I'll be there on the chat window because I keep interacting with everyone a lot of times every month. So this time we thought we'll have Ben also from Becker. So he's the Asia head as well and lead the Becker practice. So people who are not aware of Becker, so Becker is the study material we use for CPA and CMA and are one of the top providers in the world. And there is a saying in Wikipedia, if there are around 1 lakh CPAs in the world, almost 90% of those CPAs are from Becker. So Becker is there in the market since almost 75 years, folks. So you can imagine what kind of legacy the company has established basically. And that's what is the materials what we use. So we'll definitely get into all these things and all and what Becker provides and what the course info and all. But before that, I'd want to tell that these are the courses and set the agenda today. So we'll be discussing about different certifications like CPA, CMA, EA, ACCA, CIA, CFA, and all those stuff. And we'll also go with different Q&As as well. And we'll make it more interactive and all once Ben completes his PPT. Meanwhile, if anyone has the questions and all, you can please put up in the Q&A window as well. And we are live on YouTube also. So if you have any questions, any doubts, please put up in the comment window also and we can keep answering today. Okay. I will also present today a small slide on how you can start your own practice, how you can open your own firm in India and become an entrepreneur, bring the US tax work or US audit work to India and open your own practice as well. Because a lot of the students have complained that we always talk about jobs at Big Four, placing 13 lakh, 14 lakhs, like Ritu is also placed and she just got placed in GT as well. Right, and she would also share her experience. But today we also wanted to speak about how you can set up your own firm and become an entrepreneur as well. We had a lot of our alumni like CPA alumni and E alumni who have set up their tax practice, accounting practice also in India. So we'd also want to touch about the entrepreneurship as well. Before that, I just wanted to kind of confirm how many of them are here only BComs. Can you just put in the chat window, everyone, for us? Only BComs with no other qualification, just BCom. Yes, in the chat window, just BCom. Okay, Dinesh, Anju, Vaibhavs. Okay, so I think we have a lot of people, right, who are just BCom, only BCom. So that's a good crowd actually, because we'll be discussing about the bridge course and the credits and all those certifications. And BCom CA dropouts, right? So these are the people typically you would kind of address in today's session, because they had a lot of doubts on CPA eligibility. I think Sonam, me, and Ben and other team members are also there in today's session. So please put up your questions in the Q&A window also, and we can keep taking that. Okay. And like I said, there are different certifications which are there in the market, right? And we'll be touching each and every certification also today, and we'll be kind of giving you a brief overview and all, and like we'll obviously talk about these certifications in detail. And Becker, would you and Ben, would you want to go ahead actually, and then we can kind of take it up from there.
Yeah, sure. Let me
Ben,
see
you're
how to
not
share my
visible.
screen here.
Yeah, okay.
Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. So, welcome to this webinar from joined by Becker and Samantha. So happy to be here. So today I will be sharing a little bit of my experience, getting all these qualifications, credentials in my previous life and also my present life with Becker, and also like how the difference between CPA, CMA, and what kind of positions or expectations you can get after you become certified. Okay, so let's jump right in because we have a lot to cover today. Okay, so again, before you even decided on like what credentials you want to go after, right? So like you have to find out or ask yourself, do I need the credentials? Like why do I need the certifications? So when I first graduated from universities many years ago, so like basically there are three professions like in Hong Kong where I was born and raised, is they have really good future, right? So one is lawyer, right? Another one is a medical doctor. The third one is accountant. Okay, so the common theme about that three professions are, so after you graduate from universities, you still have to basically go after or at least finish your professional exams, right? So then you can call yourself professionals. So basically, medical doctors, lawyer, accountants, that's all you need. Actually, basically, all of them actually need to pass or complete the professional exams or get qualified or certified, become like a really professional in your industries. So when I was in universities, so I thought, okay, so I spent so much time studying high school, universities, and all that. I thought, okay, so I don't really want to do another exams, right? So to pursue my career. But at the end of the day, so after that, after you graduate and you find yourself, okay, so basically you're the same as everybody else. So when you're trying to find a job in the market or when you're trying to basically advance your career, you may think you got stuck because like a lot of the peer that you have or your competitors in the industries, right? So they have the similar qualification as yours, right? So then how do you that kind of make yourself stand out? So is to get something else. And if you are serious about basically accounting career, and accounting certifications or qualifications is definitely what you need. Okay, so basically the first point that you need the certifications is, okay, increase the art of getting hired. So just think about it, right? So if you're HR manager and you're trying to find somebody to fill a job. So if you look at the resume, they're all the same. So you say, okay, so I'm BCom graduates. I work for a company for like 2 or 3 years, or you freshly graduate from from universities. And why do they pick you for interview, right? So that's the first question I want to ask. So when I come across a lot of students in different countries, so the questions they were asking me was wrong, right? So they're asking me, okay, why don't they interview me? Because I'm good. The thing is, how do they know you're good, right? So, and what makes you stand out from your peer? So basically, start it, or at least uh, if you cannot complete everything, all the exams, but at least getting start would be a good differentiators. Okay, so and after that, so is that maximizing the marketability of the skill set, right? So by telling people that you know the stuff, that's not enough, right? So the typical things about like US CPA, for example, is um, most I would say most of the country now has adopted IFRS, right? So many years ago. So basically, during the university curriculum, all they learn is IFRS, right? So, but of course, the US being the biggest economy in the world, so they only use US GAAP. So when you're trying to find a job or land a job with a US firm or US corporate, they'll ask you whether you know US GAAP, right? So you may study or learn or read a lot of books about US GAAP, but how do you prove yourself that you really understand US GAAP or US tax, right? So the best way to prove to your potential employers or employer is to say, okay, I'm a CPA. So I've already passed exams, understand all the basic knowledge about the US GAAP, the US tax. So that's another thing. Of course, so at the end of the day, so we just need hopefully increase your salaries, your income, right? So, and I think by a lot of the certification bodies like IMA or AICPA, they proved they have done a lot of survey proving that having the certifications will give you a lot more income, give you a lot more money. Okay, and the other thing is, so in India or other countries that I've been to, right? So there's a lot of what we call BPO or outsourcing firms, or in India they call it GCC. So those companies, so they do works for other or US firms, for example, right? So and so for them, again, we're looking at the employer point of view, right? So they're trying to find clients, say in the US or other countries. So, but say if they just go in and say, oh, I have a whole bunch of university graduate from my own country and trying to get the job from the US, for example, they may think, oh, that's not enough because your people don't really have the qualifications or knowledge that do the US work. So again, so from the BPO management or leadership point of view, so they actually want to have more people or more CPAs or CMA on their staff that show their potential client that they have the qualification, they have the knowledge, or their staff has the knowledge to basically complete the work that it will be assigned to them. So basically looking at that, so whether they like it or not, right? So if you want to be in the accounting industries, credential is something what actually definitely you need. So I think I saw one of the questions on the chat, and also I was just in the Middle East like last month. So we spent a lot of time talking about the AI, right? So a lot of people think, oh, AI is coming. I don't need to have the knowledge anymore. AI can replace CPA, it can replace CMA, it can replace anybody in the industries, right? So I guess the question is, right? So you can always think about that, right? So I was just basically at that conference. So I was on the panel. So I was just talking about this, like everybody's think AI is going to take over the world, right? But the thing is, like the AI wave definitely is coming, right? So there are three ways that you can do, right? Three things that you can do. Like one, right? So you can say, okay, I'm going to run. I'm going to run. I'm not going to do anything about it, right? So that's like run away. That's one. Two is I'll stay put. I'm not going to do anything until that wave comes, right? So these two type of people will be crushed by the AI wave, no doubt, right? And the third type of people will say, okay, yeah, the AI wave is coming. I'm going to ride the wave. You take me further away, farther away. How do you do that? you have to be in the game, right? You have to be in the game. So if you're not even in the accounting industry and you think the AI is going to take over CPA, CMA, or any type of accounting qualifications, then you'll be crushed, right? So yeah, so think about it, right? So don't just say, okay, so yeah, I'm not gonna do anything because AI is gonna take over the world. So like basically, if you think that way, I'm pretty sure, right? So 10 years from now, it will be very difficult for you to find a job. Okay, let's move on. So I'll be focused on thing on CPA and CMA. So basically, that's the two biggest credential that we carry as a banker. Okay, so basically CPA, I think their primary focus is public accounting. So they're basically the accounting firms. Most of the manager, partner, directors are CPAs. So because in the US, accounting is still a regulatory or it's still regulated professions. So you need to have a license to practice public accounting. So of course, as a CPA, you can actually do audit, tax preparations, consulting, financial planning, even litigations, helping the client to defend or sue people. So that's basically the area that I would say most of the CPA in public accounting do. So their focus is compliance, right? So they're trying to they basically create a financial report and all that. Okay, versus CMA, so they're in management accounting. So like from my perspective, so management accounting is more like, I would say more like an MBA than really an accountant, because their skills is more on understanding the financials, basically find ways to improve or create value for the company. So they're not really for management accounting report. They don't really follow a set rules by external like there's no gap under management accounting. So their area of expertise, so it's analysis, they're in consulting, they're internal, they're in strategies. So again, so what I'm thinking is, like for CMA, it's not just for accountants, right? So if you are in, say, productions or business development, for example, right? So like my role now. So we deal with this thing all the time. So we have to talk about the strategies, we have to do analysis. So we have to request or ask for reports that support our strategies. Okay, so overall, of course, the public accounting CPA is the relevant certifications. And for for the management accounting is definitely CMA. Okay, so basically CPA for the US is a license granted by the US state government. So because like basically each state in the US, accounting is still licensed or regulated or governed by the state government. I say the focus is all more on the historical data, but I think that's also being changed now because again with the AI, with the data, the big data, and all that. So I think a lot of the historical data could be generated by machines now, right? So I think the CPA, so they have to put everything together and basically create value along the way. Okay, and then the CMA. It's a global professional certification, so it's not country specific. And also, like management accounting, so they focus on the future. They talk about creating value. They're supporting the business strategies and decisions. Like I said, right? So anybody who are in the management role will need the skills from like CMA or the management accounting. Okay, so let's talk about the its credential in a little bit more details, right? So, like I said, the CPA is a professional bodies, or it's a professional, a kind of professionals that actually meet the state licensing requirements by the state government, or we call it the board of accountancies in the US, to earn the CPA designations, right? So they need 3 E's, right? So educations, experience and the exams, right? So like what Saripa mentioned earlier, so we will cover the eligibility requirements after that. Okay, so again, CPA is the most common certifications in accounting in the US because basically they've been around for a long time. And so basically a lot of CFO and partners in the accounting firms, even entrepreneurial, often even CEO of companies, they could be CPA, right? So now I think they're like after they become the CPA, of course, they might go into different specializations, right? So talk about forensic accounting, could be like risk management, compliance, tax, and all that. So basically, the CPA will put you in the position that after training, you can actually choose the path that you want to go after or specialization that you want to go after. I think it's similar to the medical doctor, right? So once you become a general practitioner, then you move on to a specialist role. Okay. So of course, like CPA, a lot of people think, okay, so if I don't work in the US or if I don't work for um, a firm that do US accounting work, so the CPA is still relevant. So the fact is, like the CPA is a globally recognized accounting qualifications. Basically, we have a lot of students, alumni that, of course, they may start in the US, right? But they now could be working in Europe, they could be working in Asia, that basically in a really good positions because of the qualification that they have and also the knowledge that they gain during the process. Okay, so when do I sit for the exams, right? So some people are saying, okay, so like after university or after college, do I go for the exam right away, or I should basically work for 2 years before I start? So I think our recommendation is like if you could start, do it now. So don't wait. Things could change, number one, right? Two, so when you graduate from college, right? So a lot of the knowledge, or you're still in the learning mode. So and a lot of the knowledge you still kind of remember. So then you can actually, when you go for the exam, it's a little bit easier. So say if you leave the school for a lot of years, like say 10 years, and try to go back to study, and you may find it's very hard to focus after like 10 years away from school. Okay, so CPA and accountants, what's the difference, right? So accountant, like I said, right? So if you're not a professional, if you don't have a professional qualifications, you can call yourself accountant. So anybody could be an accountant, right? But there's a lot of tasks, right, that you cannot do. Like only CPA can do, like I said, right? So preparation of audit statements, like doing the tax return, you cannot really do that, right? So basically, by having the CPA qualification or destinations, that will be basically open a lot more opportunity for you. Okay, now let's look at CMA, right? So okay, so CMA, so I think once you have the qualifications, that means you have some like competencies in cost management, decision analysis, forecasting, internal control, audit, and all that. So I think those are important. Like I said, it's not just for accountants. So if you are in a middle management role, so number one, you have to understand accounting because basically that's the common language for a business. And two, that will help you basically to find out what matters, like from the report. And also like you can actually tailor-make the report that help you to achieve your strategies or implement the strategies. Okay, so like what does a CMA do, right? So if you're in accounting, so you could be a cost accountant, you could be management accountants, and also you could be like a productions type of accountants, right? So, or financial analysts, right? So that's a CMA prime role in the corporations. But of course, right? So, but once you basically master those skills, like with the strategic planning, with the performance management, who knows, right? You could become like CFO or even CEO of companies. So, like when I was in the Middle East, I get to know um, a CEO, a group CEO of a pretty sizable infrastructure companies. So, and he's actually a CMA and also CPA too, right? So, and actually that helped him a lot in coming up with the strategies and how to grow their business globally. Okay, again, when do I sit for the exam? Same as the CPA. So you want to basically do the exams while the knowledge is still fresh or is still in the learning mode. Okay, CMA versus CPA, right? So I think that we got a lot, like these questions, we got a lot. So which one should I get? If you can do it, get both, right? So, but of course, if you want to basically want to go into the public accounting sector, CPA is a must, right? So you have to basically you have to get a CPA, you can actually thrive within the public accounting industries in the US or working for the US companies. But if you don't want to do that, because I think accounting or financial accounting or public accounting may not be for everyone. So if you want to basically go into a company, be a management role, or basically don't want to follow that US GAAP or the tax rules, so CMA could be also a very good choice. Okay, so here's all the sectors that you can see accountants, right? So like corporate accounting, forensic accounting, environmental accounting, global accounting, and non-profit, even academia, right? So I came across a lot of professors that came to me and say, okay, I want to become a CPA. And the first question I ask is, so you're a PhD, so why do you need a CPA? The thing is, you may find a lot of the uh, professors in the universities. So they've been probably out of the industries for a long time. So they want to be more have more knowledge or understand the industry a lot more. So that's why they want to become a CPA. So basically that will give them like basically the very updated knowledge on what's going on with the industries. Okay, so here's a great place to work with. Again, Saripa is going to talk about that. So it's like the top 100 accounting firms, right? So basically all the accounting firms, they need CPAs. So of course the big four, now the global 7 or the global 10 or whatever it is, right? So all these accounting firms, regardless of where the office is, so they always want to hire CPAs. Okay, for corporate accounting, like for both CPA and CMAs, so of course the Fortune 500 companies, they all need somebody who can actually help them to create like management reporting, interpret the data, right, and also help them with the strategic planning and strategies. Okay, so there's a lot of possibilities in terms of career path, right? So basically the sky is the limit, right? So, but once you get in, like I said, so you have to be in the game, right? So how do you get into the game? Is get yourself certified, right? Work in the industries, then you're riding the wave. Then you're not being crushed if things changed. Okay, now let's talk about how to become a CPA or CMA here. So just a quick overview. Like CPA education requirements for a license. For many states now, it's still 150 credit hours. But again, like my colleague at Samantha, we're going to talk about it. So a lot of the states are changing the rules now. So very likely there are many states next year, they're going to change the licensing requirements from 150 credit hours to 120. So yeah, I'll let my friend at Samantha talk about this later. Okay, so for CMA, you just need a bachelor degree. It doesn't have to be accounting, right? So, and also you can sit for the exams before graduations. I think for US CPA, it's the same. So some states do allow you to sit for exams before you graduate from universities. So exam structures, like CPA, they have 4 exams. Like okay, this is actually old. So it's 3 core exams and 1 of the 3 discipline exams. So again, 4 exams. The core exams are audit, financial accounting, and regulations, which is tax and law. And the 3 discipline is business reporting and business analysis and reporting, ISC, which is information system and control, and tax compliance and planning. CMA, there's only 2 exams, And each of the exams has 100 MCQ questions and 2 essay questions. For both exams, like it's 4 hours per sessions. So CPA 16 hours in total, CMA 8 hours in total. Okay. So in terms of the exam testing window, so I would say for CPA, it's almost ongoing. So the exams are basically available throughout the year, except for the discipline exams because they're still pretty new and the number of candidates for those exams are a little bit less. And that's why they don't open it every month. But so they're pretty much like the core exams are pretty much open throughout the year. Okay, so for CMA, so there are 3 testing windows. Okay, first 2 months, January, February, and then they have 2 months break, and then May, June, and then 2 months break again, September, October. So that's the 3 testing window for CMA. Okay, so here's exam fees for CPA. So evaluations, because you have to go through the evaluations or the educations. So that costs you some money, and then the application fees, registration fees, and then the exam fees, because you may be testing in India. There's going to be international testing fees and all that. And after you pass all the exams, so you also need to do the ethics exam through AICPA. Okay, so and if you add everything up, I would say the CPA exam fee with all the application, the evaluations is running anywhere between $3,500 to $4,000. So the good thing about CPA is you don't need a membership, right? So you don't need a membership even like before you become a CPA or after you become a CPA, right? So you don't pay AICPA any membership, but you have to basically pay the State Board of Accountancy's license renewal fee. I think it will be about $200 to $300 every 3 years. Okay, so here's a CMA. So CMA is actually offered by an organization called IMA, Institute of Management Accountants. So when you actually get into the program, so you have to become a member. So they have 3 types of memberships, like students, academic, and professionals. Right. So and then you pay the entrance fees to get in, and then you have to pay the exam fees. Basically, it's two exams. So basically, it's for students and academic members, it's 407 times 2, which is $814. But if you're professionals, the entrance fee is a little bit higher, and the exam fee is also a little bit higher. So it's $545 per exams, so $1,090 in total. Okay, so I think I already talked about this, right? So again, the CPA exam, there's 3 plus 1 discipline exams. But the thing is, like, regardless of which exam you choose, so your license or CPA license is the same. So they don't have a CPA license in tax compliance, right? Or don't have a CPA license, say, specialized in information system controls. They don't have that. So after you pass exams, after you become licensed CPA, basically your title is pretty much the same. Okay, now let's talk about the exams for CMA. So here's the part 1 exams. So financial planning, performance analytics. So that's the first, basically part 1. So you don't need to do the part 1 before the part 2, right? So it's really up to you. But part 1, I would say, is more the knowledge, right? So about a lot of the concepts, right? So basically, they talk about a little bit about accounting. Of course, the accounting is not as deep as CPA because they just want to make sure people understand the accounting terms, understand some basic accounting rules and the knowledge. And then move on to the planning, budgeting. I think this is something that I think everybody would need, right? So if you're in different management role, you need those kind of skills. And performance management, you need cost management, internal controls, and also the big thing is technologies and analytics. Okay, so after you kind of master the basic skills, then you move on to part two, which is the strategic financial management. So when you actually look at that, it's more for a more like senior management role in a company. So you need a financial statement analysis. You need to be able to understand or do corporate finance role for companies. You have to help basically your employers to make decisions, to make or at least and not analyze the decision-making process. And also risk management, make investment decisions, and the last but not the least is professional ethics. So now let's talk about, I'll take about 5 minutes to talk about Becker. So Becker actually was founded in 1957. So not 70 years yet, but close. So I think for the last 60 plus years, so we have helped over close to actually over 2 million candidates to prepare for the exams, the professional exams. And of course, in the US or globally, so we work with, I think, most of the accounting firms, like top 100 accounting firms in the US, they're all pretty much our client. And also we work with different type of organizations, like the US government, different corporate Fortune 500 companies and all that. So over close to 3,000 of them. And the What Sales Award winners. So I think since 2007, so AICPA is giving out this What Sales Award to the top scorer for the AICPA exams. So for now, if you are able to pass all 4 exams on the first attempt and get an average of 95.5, then you receive this What Sales Award. So I think since AICPA has been giving out this award, so over 90% of the What Sales Award winner came from Becker. Okay, and also talking about the passing rate, right? So the 93% of, actually, no, if you become exam day ready, there's a definition under exam day ready. So basically, you need to watch 80% of the videos. You need to basically do 80% of the homework questions and also get 50% or more on the simulated exams within Becker systems. You consider yourself exam day ready, or by Becker's definitions, exam day ready. So once you're exam day ready, so you have a 63% higher chance, right? So a higher passing rate than all the other test takers. So this is really, really significant. Of course, we don't make claims without proof, right? So all this proof actually are supported by third-party survey and research. Okay, so product-wise, I think we follow pretty much the same methodologies for all exam review products. So, of course, the exam content must be focused and up to date. So, because we're trying to help you to pass exams, so we're not really teaching you like what your university is doing, right? So we're trying to just focus on what will show up on the exams and focus on that. So all our product come with the lectures, right? So 2 types of lectures. One is the concept lectures. So basically teaching you what the theory and concepts are, basically the building block. And then we move on to the skill builder videos. The skill builder videos is something that kind of unique for Becker. So we are trying to teach you how to approach different type of questions for their professional exams. Like for example, like for CPA, so they have the simulation questions, what TPS, and of course MCQ as well. For CMA, they have the essay questions and the MCQ. So the skill builder videos will focus on how, like teaching our students how to approach the simulation questions or the essay questions on different type of exams. Okay, and also there, like our product will always come with a lot of questions. So, but do we give them all the questions like we have? We don't do that because we're trying to basically improve the efficiencies, right? So, because like I said, right, so we've been around for close to 70 years and we have like hundreds of thousands of questions in our question banks. If we want to impress you by giving you all the questions, yeah, we can do that. But the thing is, do you have time to do all those questions? Is it necessary for you to do all these questions to get to 75 or just pass exams? Right? So that's what we do, right? So that's the things that we do all the time. We try to filter the questions and try to remove questions or replace questions within our question banks to make sure all the questions are still relevant. Okay, so there are a lot of questions, homework questions, and also we have the unlimited practice test. So basically that practice test is generated by our systems. It could be done by like randomly, or it could be done by using our AI technologies. So our AI technology basically will keep track of the interactions or the study progress of our students and other students as well. And basically by analyzing the results and your study progress, will basically create a practice test just for you based on the based on your study progress and what our AI engine think you're missing. Okay, and then again, come with all the simulated exams. So it's basically a mock exams, and all the simulated exams that we created is very, very similar to the actual exams, even including the instructions, even the font, the color, the functionalities. We try to make it the same as the actual exams. So the additional review tools is flashcard and the glossaries. So because again, we understand, like, so people may learn the terminologies in different countries, the terms terminology may be different, and that's why we actually provide you with the glossaries. And the last thing is academic support, right? So of course, like a lot of the students actually doing self-study on their own. So, but if they have questions, what do they do? So they have to either they come to, of course, with Samantha, they will go to the Samantha instructors and ask questions. But of course, so from back here, we also provide a really good support. So one thing is a real person academic support. So through the platform, you can actually contact us by clicking on an icon. So and send us the case, ask any questions about curriculum or content, and a real person will basically drop the email or drop the response and get back to you within 48 hours. Right. So this been around for a long time. And just this year, I think starting in May, so we launched the AI assistants called Newt. So this AI assistance basically is will give you response. Like if you ask questions to New, they'll give you respond instantly, right? So last month, for example, right? So we have about 2.7 million questions asked by our students to New, right? As you know, right? So the AI assistants will learn when you actually ask them more questions, right? So basically, in the very beginning, we provided New with all the content within Becker, right? So like again, all the questions, all the textbooks, all the uh, all the standards are within New. And now with like people asking a lot of questions, so New is becoming very, very good. So I would say 98% of the questions that being asked by students to New was resolved by New. So they don't need to get any real person involved. So, but I think very soon, so there's a lot more questions that can be answered by New. So if you do use Becker, so by all means, right? So take advantage of this. If you want to ask New questions in the language you prefer, and you can actually do that. Answer you with the language that you ask. Okay, so on top of that, so something that I didn't touch on is the study planner, right? So like when I went through the testing exam dates of it or exam day availabilities. So as you know, right? So the exam day could be different for everybody because the exam is pretty much like available throughout the year. And that's why we come up with this study plan. So all you need to do is actually put in the exam date and also tell us how much time you have to study per week, and we'll create a study plan for you. So as detailed as, okay, say Wednesday, you need to do watch like Unit 1, Module 3 videos, and do the homework questions for Unit 1 or whatever. So it's actually a lot of details. But of course, it also gives you flexibility if you want to move around, adjust it. You can actually do that as well. Okay, the personalized learning I talked about earlier basically is the practice test, personalized practice test based on the interactions and your study progress. Okay, the skill builder videos is basically in-depth explanations about all type of questions, like MCQ, task-based simulations, or even essay questions for CMA exams. Okay, simulated exams. So this is the screenshot about on our exams. Like this is what you will see when you actually go for the exams at Prometrics. Okay, so I think I don't know whether like I overrun or not, but I still have about 10 minutes left. And I'll pass it back to Sunal. So let me know if you want to open up for Q&A or more presentations coming.
So I think we have one of our alumni also, Ben. So I'd let Ritu, if you can go on video mode and share your experience and how you have prepared. Quick, like 5 to 7 minutes, so that they understand what should they be careful on and how was your experience and even how you gave the interviews. Like
So the
Ritu, you're not visible.
hello everyone. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead,
Hello.
Ritu. Yeah.
So the thing is, I started with my CPA journey in July. I gave my first paper in October, and then by the end of next June, I was done with CPA. Then I reached out to this Mandar placement team. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, Ritu.
Yeah. So I then reached to the Samandar placement team. So the placement team at Samandar is amazing. Um, they immediately helped me fill out a few forms, and then I was applying to most of the companies. And then within a month or so, I got a call from GT, and then I gave the interview. The interview was not as difficult as I expected it to be. I mean, I did expect. Hello. Network.
Okay, I think Ritu, you're not audible, unfortunately. So
Yeah, am
if
I
you,
so I
uh,
think I'll just shut off my screen. I'll just talk then.
yeah.
Yeah. So then the interview was like really good. I mean, I did feel scared at the start, but then the questions asked were like basic audit questions and all. There were a few accounting questions, and then immediately I received a call for the second round as well, which happened the next day. And then that was all. I mean, I did clear both the rounds. And then within a month, I was in Bangalore working for GT. That's
Okay.
all.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you, Ritu.
Yeah.
People, you can just raise your hands, and Ritu and I all are there. So if there are any questions, please raise your hand and we can unmute you all and we can keep answering all these questions as well. I know in the chat window we have answered almost like 180 queries as and when Ben was talking. So I can understand how many queries were flowing there. So people who have questions, please raise your hands and Ganesh from my team can unmute you all. Yeah, Farhan, go ahead. Farhan, Asif, go ahead. Yeah, can we unmute Asif Sheikh? We are not able to hear Farhan. Asif, go ahead. Yeah, Farhan, go ahead. Farhan or Asif, that's fine.
Yeah, so hi, Sripal sir. Thanks for arranging this session. It was very, very helpful. Thanks, Sonam and everyone. My question is, as I have already asked on the Q&A section, so I have almost 18 years of experience, and out of it is 15 is in IT. I'm working in a bank finance department. So CMA, I'm not sure. I mean, CMA will help. CPA have gone through the syllabus and it is quite, I think I can clear it. So, but I do not have a commerce background. So, what do you suggest? Like, go for CMA or go for a bridge course? So, then go for a CPA. Thank you, sir.
I think Farhan, anything is fine, but US CMA typically don't require a lot of accounting knowledge. So if your accounting is not so strong, so my suggestion would be to go for a US CMA, make the base stronger, and then go for CPA. That could be the ideal path typically. But if your accounting is strong, I think you can go ahead with CPA itself directly. So in your case, that's not the thing, and that's why I think, and even before USCMA, also we start with basics of accounting lectures. So that would kind of give you a grip also on accounting. Though in USCMA they don't test journal entries and all, but a bit of analytics and accounting is still there. But yeah, it's not torturous like what CPA is in terms of accounting, because end of the day it's accounting qualification, right? It's the qualification for public accounting. So that's why I would suggest you to go with USCMA first and then go with CPA. Okay. Yes, Farhan, go ahead.
Yes, sir, I'm audible.
Yes, Farhan, you're audible.
Yes, sir. So, yes, sir, I'm in BCom third year, going to give my fifth semester in next month, and I'll complete my graduation in June 2026. So, I want to start my career in US tax. So, should I go for enroll agent first?
Yeah, I think enroll agent is good actually. So if you have some sort of accounting knowledge and all, like I said, you can go with USCMA also. But I think enroll agent is also a good qualification. I don't think so there is a problem there.
So, as a fresher, sir, they will accept me.
Oh, 100% yes. So EAs are also hired basically at what 6 to 7 lakhs packages. But what we ideally do, right? USCMA and EA combination is very good. Like because EA doesn't have accounting part, USCMA doesn't have taxation part. So
Yes, sir.
technically, that's the reason we normally tell that both combination will beat CPA. So if that the case, I think both of them together also it will make a lot of sense for us. Okay.
Okay, sir. So, sir, I'll complete my year with my graduation, as you know that, and I'll go for interview without 6 semester results. So,
So which
um,
college you are studying for?
so I'm studying Kanpur University right now.
Yeah, that should be fine. You can very much do it, right? It's not so complicated, I would say. The graduation is quite simple at Kanpur University, so you can do EA easily actually.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, Shivansh Srivastav, go ahead, Shivansh. Shivansh, you are not audible.
Hello, yes,
Yes,
sir.
Shivansh.
Am
Yeah,
I
go ahead,
audible?
Shivansh. Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay, sir. I had done my MBA in logistics and supply chain management, and now I want to change my career in US taxation. So, should I go for EA or US CMA or US CPA?
So right now, what are you doing?
Sir, currently, I had job in growth future research services as a business development executive.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I think USCMA is better, Shivansh. Like I said, it's more into analytics and all. So you can start off with CMA and later you can do with EA because you don't have any tax experience per se. So
Yes,
even
sir.
if you do EA, you will start like a fresher technically.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
if that's fine for you, that's okay. But technically, because you already have some sort of BD experience and you mix it with USCMA, that could be a good combination. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But sir, I had done my graduation in BCom honors.
Yeah, that should be fine, right? CMA is a basically management accounting qualification. So that's a
Okay.
relevant thing only what you have studied.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. Asif, Awa Iqbal, can we unmute Awa Iqbal there?
Yeah, hello. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, Awa, go ahead.
Yeah, am I audible, sir?
Yes, Awa, you're audible. Please go ahead.
Yeah, actually, I actually missed the webinar actually. So I request you
Okay.
can kindly provide the recording of the video so that I can go through at least at the later stage after
But what
completing
is the doubt you had actually?
the doubt was regarding this CPA versus CMA. So in the long run, what will benefit me more, which courses should I go forward with? Whether I should choose the CMA or CPA. Since after complete, I don't know, after long run, I would like to, after 5 or 6 years, I will go for freelancing or go for, practice myself. So
Okay.
can you
So if
please
we
help
can
me
see that,
explain
right,
more?
though Ben have covered that. So these are the qualifications which we are covering: CPA, CMA, EA, CIA, ACCA, and all. Right? If you see that CPA has 4 subjects, it's basically जैसे इंडिया में चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स कैसे रहते हैं वहाँ, US chartered accountants basically are known as CPAs, certified public accountants. Like in India, we have US cost management accountant. Like we have in India CMA, cost management accountants. US cost management accountants are US CMAs. Like we have in India tax return preparers, US tax return preparers are known as enroll agent. Like we have in India internal auditors, US internal auditors is certified internal audit. Like we have in India chartered accountants, UK chartered accountants are known as ACCS. This is the summary of this qualification hour. अब सर मेरे को कौन सा क्वालिफिकेशन करना चाहिए, विच क्वालिफिकेशन सूट्स मी बेसिकली इज योर इंटरेस्ट लेवल्स. If I want to go into accounting, audit, tax, I will go for CPA. If I want to go into FP&A, management analytics, if I want to analyze why my revenues are down, why my expenses are up, what can I do to ensure that the revenue grow up, the top line goes up, bottom line improves, then CMA is better. If I want to grow into US tax, I want to join Big Fours, become a partner in Deloitte, DY, KPMG at tax level, enroll agent is better. Or if I want to set up my own firm, so CP or EA gives you an opportunity. In India, you can set up your own firm, Ava, and you can bring the US tax work or audit work also to India. Right? These are the professional qualifications which comes with signing power. So EA and CPA have signing power. CMA is basically people who want to get into job, Ava, they normally go with US CMA. But if they want to set up something on their own and go into entrepreneurship, then CPA and EA is a better qualification. Okay. CIA is basically people who are fond of internal audit, who loves internal audit, whose passion is internal audit, not external audit. Internal audit matlab kya? Samandar ka audit. Like Samandar have hired some auditors to check their processes, their controls, kaise chal raha hai inka payroll, how is their support team working, what are the processes, what are the controls they should have. Then CIA makes sense there. So you are basically an internal auditor reporting to the management. Okay. ACCA is basically towards Middle East, UK, Europe, and all. So people who want to get into UK accounting or IFRS and all those stuff, right? UK taxation, then ACCA is a better qualification. So you need to decide which is the better one. Now, what is my view, sir? Because the US companies are more in India, because the US work is getting outsourced a lot to India, because US have a lot of shortages with respect to accountants itself. So that's why the opportunities are more both in entrepreneurship and in job also. So for me, CPA comes first, EA comes second, CMA comes third, fourth comes ACCA. So that is how the flow happens basically. So it again depends on what is your interest and where you want to make your career in our. But technically, these are certain things which we see. So we have tie-ups with every damn companies. So on our board of advisory, we have Reliance CFO, we have Adobe CFO, we have NASBA's president also. The ex-president of NASBA is on our board of advisory. So you can just imagine what kind of contacts Samandar has basically, right? And not just that, then we have Becker's as the preferred study material actually, which we use for CPA, CMA. For EA, we use Fast Forward. For CIA, we use Glyme. And for ACCA, we use BPP. So these are the materials, these are the prep providers which we use. And these are the job opportunities which you typically get into. Because I got so many questions, I hope I have done justice to people who are currently watching us and how this entire qualifications are working out. So you need to decide whether you want to focus on US, you want to focus on UK, you want to focus on Europe, or you want to set up your own practice or get into entrepreneurship. These are the qualifications which typically tend to. Now, sir, which is the easier one? Right? Among all the qualification, I would say US CMA is slightly easier. Second easier would be enroll agent. Third would be CPA. Fourth would be ACCA because ACCA have more papers. No, ACCA is also easy. It depends if you have 7-8 papers exempted, then ACCA also become an easy qualification. Having said that, this is how it is. So if you are not so fond of accounting, that's why US CMA typically people enjoy more and a lot of them gets enrolled with us for US CMA. But if they are chartered accountants dropout or they are BComs having good accounting knowledge, CPA is better because end of the day CPA gives you 10 to 12 lakhs packages, and CMA EA gives you 6 to 7 lakhs packages. So normally people would want to increase their base pay. So that's why CPA gives a better career pay and all those stuff. So I mean, it gives good job opportunities as well. Okay. So this is how it is about. Does it make sense? This is a mini recap of what they were currently seeing in the webinar actually.
Okay, sir. So, does the CMA certification is for a limited period or it's for lifetime
No, it's for
certification?
lifetime. Every year you need to pay membership and keep renewing it. And one good
Okay,
news
so
have come
yeah.
about. So if you are so there's a one breaking news in USCMA. Since we are IMA approved partner, we give discounts on CMA exam fees. Normally the CMA exam fees goes to 1 lakh because we have a discount of up to 30 to 40% on exam fees because of our partnership with IMA. So if you go on your own and enroll, you typically don't get the discount. So when you are enrolled with Samandar, that is a maximum, that's the basic USP which is happening. So they get exam discounts in IMA fees. Second big thing is if you're they've changed the rule recently. If you're a full-time student or even if you have completed BCom and now you're doing MCom, even in online or distance mode, but you should not work. So then your fees will go down drastically. So IMA have a bifurcation for working professionals. IMA fees is very high. For students, IMA exam fees is less. So there's a difference of almost 70,000 rupees between both students and working professional fees. So that's why if you have done BCom, I would strongly suggest to go for MCom online, but you should not do job. If you're in job, then you need to pay the professional's fees, which is almost like 1 lakh rupees or so. Okay. But if you're a student, it's almost like 65,000. That's how the difference goes. Okay.
Yeah, you can see that in the CP, if you once does the CPA, he also goes through the auditing and taxation courses also in the CPA. But even though we need a separate EA degree for taxation and CIA for internal audit, so can't the CIA can work for both internal audit and taxation alone?
Because
Although
CIA
it has
doesn't
both
have the
EA and
US
CIA
tax
for both.
content, right, Ava? CIA only focuses on internal audit. So all the subjects itself are in internal audit. So how will you get exposure in US tax?
No, I mean the CPA covers both in taxation and auditing. Like
Yeah.
Indian
CPA, if you get
Indian
into,
CA,
so that's why I said you that the choice of recommendation, CPA is very, very good. Right? That's why I said you. That covers everything actually. But वही है ना, if the fees is high, so you'll need to always keep checking the qualifications. There's a cost also associated. So if you're not so financially strong, then you CMA and EA combination is good. Okay.
CM and EA explanation, are you saying?
Yes, CMA plus EA combination. Okay.
Okay, then what about this ACCA? Why does people go for ACCA? Or, I mean,
Obviously, if they want to
Indian,
make a career in UK accounting, or if they want to go into IFRS, or if they want to move to UK or Europe, right? So SSCA is the qualification which they tend to get into. But in India, if you ask me job opportunities wise, SSCA doesn't have that many jobs because there are not many UK Europe companies in India. That's the problem actually.
what about the Middle East?
Middle East, yes, SSCA has a very, very good demand actually. Middle East, it's one of the
Compared to
best. We do
CPA
provide SSCA live classes. In Middle East, I think SSCA and CPA have both equal advantage.
and CMA?
CMA also it's good. CMA headquarters are also based out of Middle East only. So Middle East, mein, what happens is right, they do here in India and then they move back to Dubai and all. But I would strongly suggest that get 1 or 2 years of experience in India, then make a switch to Middle East. Because without experience, going to any country other than India is very risky currently. Okay.
This is one of our I mean, member in the meeting with you from the Becker. He is also CPA from Canada or something like this. So what is the
Yes,
difference
yes.
between CMA, CPA, Canada, Australia, US? What should one go with? Or are those all similar or there's a difference? Or
Because
what is
Ben
more
did
requirement?
US CPA, as per the US CPA MOU, if you have 2 years of experience, you get CPA Australia, CPA Canada for free. So he didn't even write a single exam. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ben.
No, actually, I did my CPA when I was in Canada. I did my Canadian CPA when I
Oh,
lived in
you did
Canada.
Canadian CPA first, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
And
then
then
to
after
he
that,
would have
because
written.
Yeah, and because like having a US CPA gave me a lot more opportunities, not just in Canadian company, but also US company and global company. And that's why I went for the US CPA afterwards.
Awesome. Awesome. I hope that clarifies our.
So you were saying that once one does this US CPA, then after 2 years of work experience, or if he already has 2 years of experience, he can easily get the
Yeah, there's an MOU
exemption
with
for
CPA Canada. A lot of my alumni have CPA Canada, CPA Australia, and CPA USO, all the three. So we help you to get all the three qualifications.
without
I
giving
only do
examination,
the
or there is
license
some
verification, right? So I myself a licensed CPA. So I sign for. So you need to be a licensed CPA for that. So for that 1 year work experience need to be verified by a licensed CPA, and that normally that verification I do.
Okay. So after this 1 year of experience, one can easily get a license of that Australian CPA, or there's an examination or something
Yes.
like that.
All the three licenses you can get, but CPA Canada requires 30 months of experience, not 1 year.
After getting the CPA degree, or that experience can be prior to the CPA qualification also?
No. Pre and post both are accepted.
Okay. That's nice. So,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah,
So
that's
can you
why
please
the
explain a little bit
qualification
about
is
this?
nice,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's why CPA is very popular for that reason, because it is recognized globally actually. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Savio. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Savio Farrar. Please go ahead, Savio. Gautam Prasad Gupta, please go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, Gautam, go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Gautam. Go ahead.
No, I'm Savio. If you can hear me,
Yeah, Savio,
I'm
go ahead.
actually
Go ahead.
yeah, I'm actually calling in from Canada. I lead a finance team within the immigration practice. I've been doing it for around 4 years within the law firm, basically. I do a little bit of fintech related. So I'm trying to understand. My ultimate goal is, US. My ultimate goal is Canadian CPA, but then the path to Canadian CPA is pretty long, and I'm also in my 40s. So I just want to see if which one would be better. Should I go with a US CMA, or should I go with a US CPA and then transfer it to the Canadian one?
So
Because
with
right
US
now,
CMA, Savio, you will not get any conversion because they don't have
okay,
any MOU. With US CPA,
okay.
you will get a conversion actually. So
Uh,
you should go for CPA.
Okay, and the only thing that I have is I'm not from a accounting background. So I did an accounting course
Yeah, we have a
initially
bridge
for almost,
course. So you can
okay,
register for our bridge course and all, and you can meet the requirements. I don't think so that's a problem.
that shouldn't be a problem, right? So the US CPA
Easily,
should be the route that I should move
easily.
towards. Yeah, because I'm almost in the in the higher level. It's just that I want to make sure that I have like a certification that backs me as well, right? So
Yeah. It shouldn't be
okay,
a problem at all.
okay, yep. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks for clearing my doubt.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Yeah, Karan Bhagnani. Please go ahead, Karan.
Eh? Hmm.
Yes, Karan, go ahead.
2 months 30
Can you unmute others?
30 मतलब
Am I audible to you, sir?
Yes.
34 ही गई 35 ही गई
So basically, sir, I have 2 years of experience in financial reporting, basically preparing financial statements of crypto funds and hedge funds. Sir, basically, 1 year I was
कौन सा क्लास
working
है
as a preparer,
अभी तो
or
बोल रही हूँ
then after that, my seniors put me in a support role. So in support role, there is not much learnings as well, sir. Uh, so, sir, I'm little bit confused, sir. What should I do, sir? Which course should I pursue? US CMA or enrolled agent? Should I move to taxation or continue that financial reporting path? Hello?
So, Karan, basically, because you are into fund accounting in the prior experience, I would rather suggest to go with USCMA and stick to that. right, with enroll agent, because you will go into completely into tax, so your prior experience will become irrelevant actually. So you need to understand, you will, because you are moving into tax, so then that won't be considered as experience at all. So you need to start with a starting level. So I would first suggest you to go with CMA, right, and get some built up of accounting, and then do an EA later if you move into tax also. But you will need to take this with a pinch of salt, that you will be considered as a fresher only. So your salary will not be more than 7 to 8 lakhs rupees. Okay.
Yes, sir. Basically, sir, right now my package is 6.5, not much.
Yes.
So, so that's why I'm thinking that if I do EA, then maybe initial package in some EA role, taxation role would be
But
7
I
to
would
8.
suggest, why don't you do both the things, Karan? Because in EA, if you don't get tax, you have accounting with CMA. CMA don't get accounting job, you can get US tax. So both combo is very good, right, Karan? If that's also is fine, you can go with EA, then go with CMA. Either way is how you want to get into. But try to do this combination. That will be really good. Is what my view is. Okay.
Yes, sir. So, sir, I better start with USCMA, right?
Either ways, you can start with CMA or EA. That's completely your wish. But both of them, if done, should be AI proof, is what I feel. Right.
Yes, sir.
So that is what it is. Because either job nahi hai to udhar hai. It's a world of diversification, right, Karan? Tomorrow
Hmm.
anything gets automated, no one knows. So it's always better to have two in qualifications, which covers both tax and accounting.
Yes, sir. Got it, sir. Thank you,
And
sir.
both are good and both are very less costly. Like
Yes,
one
sir.
and a half, it's less costlier than CPA, right? CPA today is like almost 4.5 lakhs. So if
Yes,
you
sir.
think that CPA is not your route, then CMA, EA both combined also will not cross above 2.5 to 3 lakhs. And you are getting two qualifications. So that's a good thing and doesn't take much time. EA takes max to max 4 5 months, CMA takes 4 5 months. In a year, you will get both the qualifications. Any day better, I would say.
Yes, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
My pleasure, Karan. Yeah. Sakshi Verma, go ahead, Sakshi.
Hi, Shipal. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing fantastic, Sakshi. You're the first one who have asked me. Thank you. I'm doing good. How are you, Sakshi?
I'm doing fine. Thank you. Very informative webinar. I was listening to all the questions and answers.
Awesome.
Mine is like I already like I think I'm the only one who is you know like experienced professional over here. Hello.
Uh, uh-huh.
So I already have 18 years of experience. I left studies way back 20 years. Like I did not
Okay.
study since then, but now it's the time because I'm in a mid management level. I have to grow, and to that growth, we need that certification prefix to my name, right? So I know I cannot do CPA because it's too early for me to get into this. It's like to get into such intense study. I would like to get into Big Four. So I think you just suggested to go with EA and CMA together. That's the better combination. So I want to
Yes.
know if I start with EA, I finish my EA. Will you give me a hands-on experience before I start applying for the taxation job? Because I already have experience of 18 years.
So how we do, right, Sakshi, along with EA, we normally give practical US tax course also. So that gives you a hands-on knowledge about the software and all. So there are some recorded videos which we have tied up with one of the CPA firm, and they give you a practical tax. How do you file the forms and all, 1040, 1120 and all. So that's a self-paced course. And then every month they have a Q&A. So you can ask those tax return preparers and all any doubts and all. So that's more practical because it helps you in filing the tax forms. It helps you how do you file the tax returns and all. And then they give you the software knowledge also of Drake. That is a very popular course at Samandar. So everyone who enroll with USCMA or EA tend to buy the put course, right? Instead of sometimes EA. So instead of CMA and EA, they tend to complement EA with put or CMA with put. So either way, they'll try to see if USCMA, if they do put course, so they have taxation hands-on experience, and then they have US accounting analytics experience. So either ways, a practical US tax combination is also good. But normally, uh, I would strongly suggest if you have 18 years of experience and you want to get into big fours and all at that levels, typically CPA is a better choice for you, Sakshi. And I don't find any reason why you can't crack this exam, because we had so many of our alumni who have passed CPA at the age 50 to 53-year-old. and they have started after 21, 22 years, and they have kids which are of my age, right? So I'm just telling, like, you can see in YouTube Aparna's video or Sitaram's video, you can see Kaushal Ji's video. There are a lot of people who have been like, so they started off with our basics of accounting lectures just because they are not in touch with the books. So we normally start with ABCD first.
Yeah.
So we started off with basics of accounting lectures, gave them the confidence, then they went on to FAR. Now, if the moment I enroll and I open the FAR book, I can get really frustrated, right? Because I don't know anything and this looks so intense and very in depth. So that's why first we tell them to watch the basics of accounting lectures. They think they are sub easy, hai. And then that's how they kind of get into CPFR, audit, reg, and all those things. Okay, because our lectures also, if you see, they are a lot Indian lecturers and all. Though we give the Becker product, which has the US based recorded lectures, but our classes are live online. So we give the recording of our live classes, unlike other people who give the studio based recording, right? एक बंदा ब्लेजर में बात कर रहा है और आप कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछ भी नहीं सकते उसको. Here it is not like that. It's a live classes which are going chapter by chapter, and each and every live class is then getting recorded in 1 day time. So these are all updated videos. So होता क्या है दूसरे जगह तो all those videos are all 5 years, 6 years old videos. So we don't believe in that. So that way we ensure that people are motivated and they pass at that age also, right? So that is what you want, right? You want to kind of have that live class system and all. It's more a structured approach. But if you think, no, Shripal, I think I'm starting after a long time, so what should I do then? Then start off with EA, then go for CPA. That's also
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with the conservative approach than the direct approach to the high level examination.
Completely your choice, Sakshi. See, end of the day, you need to be confident. You need to be disciplined. So I don't want you to take a choice just because there's a lot of hard work. You don't feel shy out of that. So if you think that this is what you want to get into, and hats off to you, after 20 years, you're thinking something, you should be extremely be proud, to be honest, that you are at least starting off this qualification and you want to invest in learning because things are moving so fast. Who
Yeah.
would have imagined US would be an enemy to India actually? So things are like what worked 20 years back is not working now 20 years later. Every day there are some changes. Every day there is automation going on.
Mhm.
If we don't upskill now, it will become very, very late, right? So that's why I'm telling, like Ben was telling, without professional qualification, it's impossible to get a job also now. So even if I want to get into leadership levels at GCCs, even if I want to become a leader in a very big company, today investors are asking how qualified that person is, right? Because I am investing money in that company. I want to ensure that the talent whom I'm investing is very qualified.
Yeah.
I mean, the world is moving towards from inefficiency to it's moving towards efficient market, Sakshi. So people are now only looking for exceptional talent. Matlab. Local talent, to AI will automate, right? They're
Mhm.
looking for someone who's very efficient, who's very productive, and who can be a value-added person. Because end of the day, future will belong only to the revenue-related profiles. Matlab, future will be only sales. Rest everything will get automated. Every damn thing will get automated except for sales, because end of the day everyone will become, how can they sell their services, how can they sell their brand, how can they create a personal brand. I think people are moving towards that, and the best strategy to create your brand is to be qualified person, to be a credible person. And how will you get the credibility? By your qualification. People will listen to you only if you're credible, right? So hats off to you that you're taking a decision, a conscious approach to at least acquire a professional qualification. But I would suggest not to stop with one. Tomorrow there might be two. We don't give training for a lot of other courses. But I think every year you'll need to reinvest in your learning now. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much. And I would appreciate a one-on-one conversation maybe after the call or tomorrow with any one of your agents.
Yeah. I think Sonam is there. I'm not sure. Sonam, are you there in the?
Sure, I will connect. I'll leave my
You can
details.
just message Sakshi. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. And Shilpa, like which location you are based in?
So I am based out of everywhere. So right now I'm in Hyderabad. So
Okay.
next week I'm traveling to Bangalore, then again to Mumbai. So we have offices across India: Hyderabad, Bangalore, Mumbai, Delhi, Ahmedabad. So you can visit any of our branches. That's
So
okay.
who can meet me in Delhi or any professional person?
Yeah, Delhi, we have Anil, we have Mayawati, so we have different counselors. Sonam can connect you in that branch. So if you can visit the Delhi office, that would be great. They work till 8 o'clock today. So anytime if you're
Tomorrow.
there, you can visit. Yeah, anyway, tomorrow or today, whatever.
All
Okay.
right. Thank you, Shilpa, for the
Thank you, Sakshi.
answer. All
My
right.
pleasure. Thank you.
I'll drop off the call.
Labdi, Bafna, please go ahead, Labdi. Labdi, Bhavna?
Hello. Yes, sir. Am I audible? Hello.
Yeah, Labdi, go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, sir. Actually, I have attended a couple of webinars earlier, and firstly, I would like to say that this was a really informative session. So, thanks a lot for this comprehensive comparison. Honestly, I have been analyzing the benefits of CPA and I have been pretty much inclined towards it like since a long time now. Just to give you a background, I'm also a chartered accountant. But the only reason why I'm not able to take the like leap of faith, या वो plunge बोलते हैं ना, I'm not able to take the final decision because with respect to career trajectory, I'm still oscillating like a pendulum towards two paths, two specific paths. Sir. Firstly, I'm like the what you had mentioned about starting my own practice in India or bringing US work to India. That is something which really excites me. But also alternatively, like I've always wanted to experience life in the US. So I was considering applying for universities for MS in accounting, like parallelly along with CPA preparation. So these two completely different career trajectories are something which is like really confusing me, and I'm really not sure what makes more sense right now. So that is why, since I was like totally stuck in the loop, I thought of reaching out to you once and
So,
maybe just.
Labdi, I think that's a wonderful decision which you have taken, right, to think about CPA. And I am surprised that you have attended so many webinars and you haven't enrolled right now. You're not drinking alcohol, right, Labdi? Are you?
No, sir.
So
Why?
you're not buying alcohol, you're not buying cigarettes here, you're investing in a course. So even if
Right,
nothing would have happened, your knowledge would have just enhanced like anything, because end of the day, this is one of the top qualification in the world. Even if it
right,
wasn't, you aren't spending your time doing something which is not of value, right? Because any professional qualification would add value, would add respect, would add recognition. And now with just being a chartered accountant, the world is not at all sufficient. Every damn person is like every third person now becoming chartered accountant because of the attempts every year. There are three times they are conducting the exam, and the
right,
people are just increasing now. So in a very fragmented market, creating a personal brand or creating a specialization is very very important. And if you want to set up something on your own, you need to have something which is differentiated from others. So if you want to create your differentiation, if you want to create your market, it's very important that along with CA, you always have a qualification of another country where you want to bring that work from that country. So if you want to bring the work from the US, you obviously need to acquire the qualification of that country. There is no second thought on that. Now, should I go to the US today or tomorrow? Obviously, see, I would be the very happy person who would have done a master's from us. But the only problem is right now the time is not good. Is this a right time to go to the US? The answer is obviously no, unless you have some sort of experience. Because what's
right,
happening in the US is the visas are getting rejected left and right. Even though
oh,
universities are accepting you, but when you go for a visa interview, they're rejecting you. So you can parallelly prepare for masters and all,
okay,
and try your luck with visa interviews. If it goes well, it goes well. Else, do CPA, work in India for a couple of years, then move to the US, and then come back to India and start a practice. Because I understand why you want to do that, because you want to go to that country and understand their culture, how their
right,
returns are, what do they work and all. If you want to really be a successful practicing chartered accountant or a global chartered accountant, it's important that you go to that country and meet the clients.
right.
But
Absolutely,
Lapti,
sir.
it's not one more thing is it's not so important also to visit when the things are bad. So you can do webinar, you can connect them on LinkedIn, you can do Zoom calls with the clients and with the customers. So that's also a good piece of things which you can do, Lapti. So I would suggest focus on CPA, complete CPA, get 1 or 2 years of experience under mid firm. Don't join big fours or top companies. Join mid
Okay.
firms where you
So
get
just to give you
knowledge,
a
where you
background,
learn the work, right? And then
right,
try
right.
to switch to masters and all. Okay.
Understood. So sorry, just to give you background, I do have 2 years of work experience. I mean, for 1.75 years, I was in KPMG. I was working in M&A tax, and right now I've just switched or taken a switch to Shell, and I'm working in the US tax domain only. I mean, it is fairly entirely new to me. I'm working in the state taxes department, and it is a bit different, overwhelming. But as you're saying, when you're talking about experience, you're saying that post CPA gets some more work. Is it?
Yeah. Post CPA experience is also very relevant. And without CPA, though, anyways, you'll not get a job in the US, Lapti. That's for
Right,
sure. Because now US is becoming very strict with respect to the quality of talent. So CPA is the must now. You do masters and all parallelly, that's okay, but you will not get a job now in the US without CPA. So masters
okay,
and CPA are must. There is no second thought on that. Last year we were placing, now so they are only asking, is he a CPA or not? And in the visa interview, you need to be careful that you don't tell that you are doing CPA in the US. The moment you will tell that, your visa will get rejected, because they know if you are doing CPA, you look for job. So you
Absolutely.
better be careful not to talk about CPA at all in the visa interview. Once you crack the visa and go to masters there, you parallelly complete CPA also. And that's why I was suggesting that now only you complete CPA by sitting in India, and things will get settled. Anyways, the trade war which is happening might get easily done by next month or so. So you'll see some good news and all, again things opening up next year, and there is next year mid elections also in the US. So this year anyways you can't go also, obviously, right? Next year fall you need to target, and
Okay,
in
so but
that,
for next year,
the
fall
moment you
applications begin this year, like right now, right? That's why I was just wondering. Sorry
uh,
to interrupt. So next year ki jo fall application research, those applications begin like right now. That's why I was just wondering.
yeah, you can do
Yeah.
that. See, even they will wait here. They'll extend the
Okay.
applications also. No, the students are not coming. Everything can wait. You complete your qualification is what I would
Okay.
suggest. Complete CPA first, and then try to apply after February or March is what my view is.
Okay.
Okay, so
Sure,
you
sir.
get some
Definitely.
time to check, right, what is happening in the market also.
Understood.
Okay,
Fine. So thank you so much for your
thank
detailed
you.
response. I'll get in touch. So
Yes, Darshan, I'm there in Bangalore on 12th. Okay, so definitely we can meet you on 12th. 12th and 13th, I'm in Bangalore. Okay, Darshan. Yeah. Uh, Hatim KW. Hatim KW, please go ahead.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Hatim. Go ahead.
Thank you so much for your informative session, first of all.
Thank you.
Uh,
Welcome.
Sir, my question is like I am more focusing towards the entrepreneurship. So I'm a practicing CA and practicing since last 14 years.
Mhm.
So since there is a lot of work coming to India as far as US is concerned, so just wanted to know what would be the correct approach, whether I should do EA or US CPA in terms of
CPA is
like
better, Hatim.
getting
CPA is
myself
better
familiar with
because
the US
uh,
professional course and degrees.
so Hatim, CPA is better because you're already into the audit practice. Accounting or audit practice, mein CPA is the best qualification currently. Being a practicing chartered accountant, you can easily complete CPA in less than 8 to 9 months. So you need to spend 8 to 9 months, and I think that's all. So you can just extend your practice, and I think ICI also have been little stringent, generous now on those reverse MOUs
Yes.
and collaboration with US firms. So there was a guidance note also which was published recently, right? So I think CPA should be the better qualification currently for chartered accountants. Okay.
All right. So do we have a MOU with the US CPA organization as
You
well?
need to do all the 4 subjects, Atim. Hey, 4 subjects. So what is wrong actually? 4 sections, so you can easily pass, right? So even if you do an MOU also, they will not give any exemptions because subjects are only 4.
All right. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Venkata Dikshit Vansangala. Yes, go ahead. Okay, Josiah Chetty. Ganesh, can we unmute Josiah Chetty?
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Who's this? Yeah, Venkata, go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, Mr. Jain.
No,
So this is for my daughter.
okay.
She's an engineer, BTech MBA, and presently working in New York City.
Okay.
She did her MBA from there.
Mm.
It is on my own interest. I just wanted to inquire about because whether it is CMA or CPA that would be beneficial for her. Whether she, first of all, she can, she's an engineer, she's an electronics engineer, but currently she's working in FP&A, financial planning, and in a US firm for a US multinational.
Venkata sir, any day
Yeah.
US CMA is better because US CMA specializes in FP&A. The qualification itself is certified management accountant. So management accountants are experts of financial planning and analysis because end of the day, they are the one who manages the accounts. If you want to manage the accounts, it's very important that you know the analytics. So these are the guys who analyzes, who are the business finance profile, who ideally go into big CFOs. So if she wants to become the vice president or go to the CFO level or go to the controller position, finance controllers and all, US CMA any day is the better qualification. And because she lacks the US accounting knowledge also, this qualification will help her to sell nicely in front of the board. If she wants to go to the leadership level or if she wants to get promoted, she can obviously tell that I have a CMA qualification under my belt. I understand finance, I understand nomenclatures of finance, I understand finance technically very good because I have a CMA qualification under my belt. CPA, Venkata, she needs to do a bridge course and all. She can do it, but currently because her role is into FP&A, I don't want to suggest CPA because though CPA I get more revenue, yeah, I would be great if she would have taken CPA, but that's not how I give the guidances, right? It has to be
But
neutral.
as of now, she is not qualified to sit for CPA, right?
No, she is qualified. Even if she does a bridge course, she can immediately register for CPA straight away. There is no reason why she can't be eligible, right? The only reason why I'm telling her CMA is because she works in FP&A.
Yeah. And then our interest is also there. She likes
Yes.
FP&A. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, please. I think it's clear now.
Yeah. You can get in touch with
Thanks,
Sonam Venkata, so she can guide you. Okay.
Thanks, Mr. Jain.
Mohammad Sarfaraz Khan, please go ahead. Sarfaraz.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. I'm Jostia Chetty, sir.
Pardon? Yeah, go ahead, Josiah. I have seen that. Tell me.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Josiah.
Sir, I couldn't attend the webinar from beginning onwards.
Okay, what is your question, Josiah?
Just I've gone through. My question is that, sir, I'm pursuing now MSc Statistics. Before I finished my graduation in Mathematics Honors.
Okay.
Now I'm pursuing MSc Statistics. So, but I'm confused which course should I go for, US CPA or US CMA, because I'm not from finance background, accounting background.
So I would suggest, Josiah, because you're not from the accounting background, you start off with US CMA. CPA would be little tough for you to crack, is what my understanding is. You start with the US CMA, try to get some basic accounting knowledge and all, and get one qualification under your belt, and then go for CPA is what I would suggest. Okay.
Acha, sir. What is the combination of CMA and CPA, sir? Means what is the benefit of combination?
You get the profiles in business finance and corporate finance both. You can go into audit, accounting, tax, or you can get into FP&A also. You can become a controller, you can become a partner. So both the combinations are very, very good. Though the webinar speaks about CMA versus CPA, I would suggest CMA plus CPA also is a great combination, to be honest. Okay, start off with CMA, then do CPA later, or start off with CMA, then do EA later. Both either ways combination will lead to diversification. Okay, so it's better to be diversified than to stick to one. Okay.
So, sir, which combination is better, CMA with EA or CPA, sir?
CMA is better at least because you don't have an accounting background. Had you got BCom or CA or something, then I'd have said CMA and CPA would have been good. But right now, I would suggest CMA and EA. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Joseph. Yes, Gautam Prasad Gupta, please go ahead, Gautam. Gautam, you're on mute actually. We're not able to hear Gautam again. KJ, please go ahead, KJ. Yeah,
Hello.
Gautam, you're on unmute. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Right now I'm audible.
Yes.
Yeah. Just I got a job in Singapore. I right now having my qualification in MCOM and 20-year experience. So I got a job in Singapore. So
okay.
which one course is better for me? Right now my age is 40 to 42. So this one USCMA or USCPA it is better for me.
Unfortunately, I have not followed you up. Can you be a little clear actually?
Just I got a job in Singapore as an accountant.
Okay.
And I don't have any professional qualification.
Go for CPA, sir. CPA is recognized in Singapore. So any given day CPA is better.
Right now my age is 42 and having 20 years experience. So which one better, CMA or CPA?
CPA, sir. There are people who have passed CPA at the age 51, 52 also. And you're in Singapore, US CMA is not recognized there. CPA is recognized in
And
Singapore. CMA doesn't have any value there.
and this one, any similarity in CMA essay question and CPA simulation question? Any similarity is there?
No similarities, or CPA sims are different. The way they test the simulations of CPA is very different than the way they test the CMA essays. CMAs are more like essays. They'll give you one question and then they'll ask you fill in the blanks, kind of more 5 to 6 straightforward questions. Simulations are different. There are most case scenarios kind of concept, Gautamji. So I would
So
suggest CPA is better.
what is the simulation question? That is the problem.
Okay, so let me show you. Can you see my screen actually?
Yeah, I am saying the.
Let me know if you're now able to see the Becker product. Guys, please confirm me if you're able to see this. Can you see the screen, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So see this. This is I have taken far from the Beckers. And then I'm just showing you one of the simulations. Yeah. Gautamji, can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
So this is how a simulation looks like. You have a timer and all. They'll give you certain exhibits like that. Hey, Janie, I'm working on a punch list. I should have known the prior service cost of $6,000. So they'll give you certain exhibits and then they'll tell you to fill in the blanks. So you can see that sales, cost of sales. So it's more like you need to select what is gross profit and then input it. So it's not a pen pencil exam. It's a computerized exam. Are you getting it? So this is how you will put the figures and this is how you will finish the simulation. So more like how we used to have in our 10th class, right? More like comprehension question. They'll give you a big comprehension and then they'll ask you questions from that comprehension. Similar is this particular thing. Okay.
Okay. And this one objective type same CMA and CPA like that. Objective type question. This one CPA objective type question is just like objective type question.
Yeah. So this is more objective, but the only difference is Gautamji, this doesn't have options. In MCQ, you will be given 4 options, right? Choice A, B, C, D. In simulation, they'll not give you an option. It's still objective only, but it's more like without options. Okay.
Without option, we can put exact figure only.
Yes, yes. So here I don't have an option. I need to just answer this, right? If you can see that I'm typing there, putting that in the window. So this is how it is. So you need to do a select, journal entries or whatever, and then you need to keep inputting the amount there. So that's how you'll need to submit. And then there are video explanations also for the simulations to help you understand what is happening. Once you submit it, there's something called as skill-based videos in Becker. So they will explain you step by step. You can see that skill builder, Gautamji. That skill builder is nothing but the video based. So Becker is the only software, Gautamji, in the world which has video explanation for essays and simulations. None of the institute currently has video explanation. Can you see that, right? So
Yes.
he's answering one by one, step by step. So that's the beauty about Becker. That's why Becker and Samandar is like a killer combination. Today we have like 90% pass percentage in our exams because of these features, what we have. Okay.
So it is better for me go for CPA for
Yeah.
Singapore.
Yes, yes, yes. 100%. Okay. Thank you. Thank you,
Oh,
Gautamji.
oh.
Yeah, Sandeep Bakula, please go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, KJ, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So I just graduated. I completed my BBA recently, like 2 months ago, and I was not getting better jobs out of it. So that's why I thought I'll do a certification, and I did all my research, and I thought I should go with CPA only. So I already bought CPA coaching from Simandar. So I wanted to. So now I'm pursuing it full time. Like I'm studying for FAR, and I'm studying for it full time. So I wanted to ask you if I'm on the right path, studying full time, or should I find a job and then study for it part
Baba,
time?
what is
Sir,
this KJ? What is your full name? Kajal Jain, is it?
no, no, sir, it's Kritika.
So why are you putting KJ? Anyways,
Sir,
Kritika,
yes, sir.
see, you are doing right by
Hmm.
studying full time.
Hmm.
And I don't think so. You should be
Hmm.
disturbed at all by
Hmm.
jobs and all. After CPA, anyways, we'll place. ऐसा कभी हुआ ही नहीं है. There is not a single person in Samandar whom we have not placed after CPA.
Hmm.
And I think you have already done research, means so you might know what is our connections. So when
Yeah.
we sit and greet with CFOs of Reliance, Adobe, and all, so you can just imagine what kind of connections we enjoy in the market. In fact, there is
Yes.
not a single big four partner or a top 10 companies CFOs who doesn't know Samandar or who knows me. So that are all things that we can easily place you. And I don't think so you'll even need our help also, because the qualification itself gives job opportunities. So it's a self-sufficient course, to be honest, technically. But yes, we are just supporting you and guiding you. Who are we to provide jobs? I think you guys are very talented. Once you pass CPA, you have great teachers with Samandar. All are triple qualified. You can see Suraj is an all India national level ranker. Second in chartered accountancy and all. You have Akshay who has scored 98 in FAR. So we have some top faculties. Jaydeep with CN CPA. So these are all top faculties. I am one of the smaller faculties. I am also CA CPA and all. So we have some great instructors. So if you have such kind of teachers and such kind of depth what we teach you, I don't think so you should worry at all. Samandar itself is a very big brand. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What
Yes,
you
sir.
need to focus is more on to prepare well and to kind of study consistently and try to pass the exam faster. So there are tons of opportunities. Yes, there are a lot of internships which are happening. So if you want to apply in the Telegram group, we have a job opportunities, something called as talent placement by Samandar group. So please ensure whoever is joining with Samandar always join the Telegram study groups. It is there in our Samandar LMS. If you haven't joined, please join that. That on that groups, I'm personally also there and I keep monitoring those groups. In that group, there are some internships which have come up. So if there are any internships, please do apply. I think that would really help also, Kritika. If there are not also, that's okay. But if there are there, definitely try to apply for that. Okay.
Okay, sir. So the thing is, sir, even if I study full time for CPA, so my end goal is to get a good job, and no doubt, through Simandar, I will be able to achieve it. That I'm sure of. But again, like even if I do not do any job and just stick to full time studying and complete the exam sooner, also that's also still fine, right?
Yeah, but why are you so worried? I mean, you are the first person who's telling if I study, is it wrong? So I think definitely it is so. You won't believe today the only thing all companies are seeing is that person studying or not? Because the only thing which AI is not able to automate is people who are continuously investing and learning. Because AI cannot catch the speed of updates, right? Why is tax not getting automated, Kritika? Because tax keeps changing. Something which keeps changing cannot be automated, right? So
Yeah.
if you continuously upskill yourself and continuously update yourself, it's very difficult to get automated because you are learning something which is not already there. So it's something which companies are looking for. So companies will invest in talent which is updating themselves, which are studying daily on a regular basis. So I think you shouldn't worry a single bit as well. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes. Okay. I understand, sir. Also, the lectures have been pretty easy. I'm a fresher. I do not have any strong accounting background, but still, I can, the way they break down concepts and everything, even in the lectures and all, it's really been very easy for me to, even solve the MCQs and simulations. That I'm very grateful for Simandar. Just wanted to let you know about this as
Thank you
well.
so much, Kritika. And that's why I open the platform always to enroll and unenroll. So if enrolled students are there, they can publicly insult. Sir, क्या lecture है? मतलब क्या faculty है? What are you teaching? मतलब. So I believe in great teachers and please attend our 4M revision class also and 4M club also, Kritika. So we have our 4M revision classes for regulation next week, which is on 9, 10th, 11th, 12th. 4 to 7 o'clock. Last month, I think last to last month, I took the 4 a.m. classes. So we are very, very passionate about teaching. This is why we started Samandar, and job placement and all companies associated with us because we are good teachers. So we will never forget that. End of the day, our focus is only to make students pass. Placement is not such a difficult thing, to be honest. That comes very easily to me. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay. Sir, so even if I pass the exam, say latest by like, at 2026 ending or 2027 ending, the demand for CPA will be as much as it is today, right? Like in 2025?
Yeah. Why will CPA demand go down? Because end of the day, you still need a person to sign, right? AI will not sign. And
Yeah.
rather, AI का audit होने वाला है अभी. अभी तो opportunities will increase. With
Yeah.
CPA, now you are seeing AI hallucination. You should watch my podcast with EY GDS leaders. So I did a podcast recently with Brains Behind Billions,
Hmm.
Kritika. In that,
Hmm.
all top CFOs, CEOs, partners, and all are there. So
Yeah.
I did interview them and all. Please watch those podcasts on YouTube. One of the podcast is with Raj, who's the EY leader. 12,000 people report to him, Kritika. And
Oh.
I asked him a very good question, like you had.
Hmm. Hmm.
Will AI kind of automate the people and all those stuff? So he said, yeah, with AI, now we are getting assignments to audit AI itself, to audit what data is inputted in AI. So audit profession will never go down. That's for sure. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. All right, all right. So now more and more people are pursuing CPA. So by 2027 and all for freshers, will there be the
अरे
same demand
यूएस
as
में
it?
there is no one pursuing. 400K
Acha.
people have left. There are 40,000
Uh-huh.
firms. Even 500 firms come here, 2 lakh people will get jobs in India.
Oh,
Okay.
all right,
Let
all right.
people keep doing it. It's good if they keep doing, because CPA is costly. That's one
Hmm.
of the biggest advantage, that everyone can't do it.
Yeah, yeah.
CA is less costly. That's why everyone does it. So it's good that in
Yeah.
one case it's very costly, so people can't afford it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So like the answer for my question is even in 2027 it'll be as same as 2025, right? The demand and everything.
Rather, it will go more up because private equity is investing a lot. There are a lot of
Yeah.
angel investors who are investing in accounting. So
Yeah.
these people are like more like angel investors are the one who are HNIs and all, right. So these are the private equity players. So they are investing in accounting firms, and these accounting firms are coming in India and expanding a lot. So you will see a lot of hiring happening. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Okay, sir. Thank you so much. It was really nice talking to you today. Sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Shreyas, go ahead. Shreyas Seshadri. And this should be the last question. I thought
Hello,
this.
sir. You called my name. I didn't ask, and I got cut.
Okay. So Sandeep and Shreyas, we have only two people because already we are 2 hours. I don't know, Ben to have have actually gone on mute completely. This is like going for 2 hours. And if you don't stop, this will go till night. So let's be fast, guys. Sandeep, go ahead, please.
So I've actually recently joined your EA course, just starting on December 14th.
Yeah,
So
Sandeep.
I have the experience of working in payroll in a CPA firm in US. But
Uh,
then talking about my background, I finished my hotel management from India. I finished my MBA from Canada. I
uh,
worked in the CPA firm in payroll for 2 years. Is
hmm.
this a right move I took? Because from my interest, I took the enroll agent course. Is it
See,
how?
for Sandeep, for US tax, it's very important to have accounting knowledge. And it's very good that you had payroll knowledge. That experience is not irrelevant, because you need to extract trial balance, reconcile accounting returns to tax returns. So your experience is very much valid. You might argue, sir, you were telling the others that their experience is irrelevant. Even if they do EA, they'll get as a fresher salary. In your case, you have accounting experience, not audit or any other relevant experience. Accounting experience is very good for tax professional, because then they can do reconciliation of accounting to tax returns. So it's considered positive in the CPA firms. So you're on a right track. Focus on EA and complete it. There are a lot of enroll agents internships also coming up. Please join the talent placement group, Sandeep, and please apply for
So
internships in case if you're looking for one. Okay.
I actually asked. I think so. I spoke to one. I don't remember the name. I enrolled with few people only.
Uh-huh.
So I actually asked them for internships and everything. So if I will I immediately can I start my internships and everything for this
Yeah, you
experience?
just apply. See, if you get or not is secondary, right? Anyways, you were not expecting that. So in talent placement by Samantha, there's a Telegram study group in our LMS. You can join from there and straight away apply. Okay.
Okay. All right, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sandeep. Yeah, I think we were left out with one guy who was that Shadri, I guess. Shreyas, go ahead. Whew. Shreyas Seshadri, go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Firstly, very thank you so much, sir. Thanks for the insights and very informative, sir. Sir, just to keep it short, sir, not taking much of your time, just one small query. Actually, I am currently in second year BCom, sir, and like I enrolled through the Simandar USCMA program itself. So I've just joined the initial batch, sir, September batch. So one small doubt, sir. Actually, since you are weighing both US CMA as well as CPA, will you like honestly recommend, sir, first doing the CMA and then going for CPA, or else directly if I in case if I finish TY, I can go for CPA
What will
directly?
you do, Shreyas, in BCom? Anyways, you're sitting idle. So why don't you do a CMA? And you have taken a right decision by doing CMA. Now that you have a one qualification at least under your belt, right, Shreyas? So by the time you complete BCom, you'll complete US CMA, and then you can go ahead with CPA also. So we will place you even
Okay,
after
sir.
US CMA. You don't need to worry, Shreyas, because
Okay,
you're doing BCom and all. Just with the BCom, anyways, you'll not get any job. And then you would have done CPA after 2-3 years. Who knows what will happen after 2-3 years? You might get into some another job and all, and then you'll forget also, and you'll get some back end related job and you'll get like 14,000-15,000 rupees per month. So it's better that you have taken a right decision by doing USCMA. Later you can do enroll agent or CPA anytime. Okay.
Okay, sir. Just one last query. Actually,
Yeah.
sir, somewhere in net also, I just saw search result that around 30 to 40% of CMA is sorry, sir, CMA is covering 30 to 40% of US CPA. Is that
Yes,
true, sir?
that's
Like,
right.
so what is
That's
that?
right.
That's right. Okay, sir.
100%.
Okay.
They both are complementary. CMA part 1 external financial reporting and part 2 corporate finance, financial analytics are very similar to bar section of discipline. So CPA has 4
Oh,
subjects. Out of that 4, 2 subjects are similar to CMAs. Okay.
oh, okay, sir.
Thank you. Thank you,
Mhm.
Shreyas.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, Ajay Kumar Reddy, Motaputala. Go ahead, please, Ajay. Ajay Kumar, please go ahead, Ajay.
Hello.
Yeah, Ajay, go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, Ajay.
Yeah, I'm working as a senior executive accounts and payroll for USA based IT staffing company. My age is 49 now. So can I do CPA right now? Is it worth for me?
So, what is your qualification, Ajay ji?
Become MSc AIT.
Okay, and where are you working right now?
From here, I'm working in Hyderabad for New Jersey based company, IT staffing company.
Yeah, I would suggest to start off with USCMA first, right, Ajay, and then see how it goes because you are studying after a long period of time, right? Like Sakshi took up CMA first or EA first, and then go with CPA also is a good combination. Ajay, then going
Okay.
directly with CPA first because you're at a age where you will be really busy and all. So if that is the case and you're not in touch with the books at all, then that could be a good start first. Go with CMA and then go with CPA later. So that shouldn't be a problem at all.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It was great talking to each one of you. It's a great 2 hour session which we had. Thank you, Ben. I don't know if you are there still or not. So I know it went really, really long actually, and there are a lot of people who were asking questions. So thank you so much, Ben, and thank you, Becker team. Thank you, Sonam. Thank you, everyone. Ben, would you want to end up with some quotations or something?
Yeah, just keep it short, right? So I guess all these qualifications are good, but for you, if you want to go for any one of this, right? So make sure you're committed to do this because have seen a lot of people starting with a lot of enthusiasm, and then 3 months into that, no, it's too hard, too tough, right? It's I have other things that I want to do in my life and give it up. So don't be those people.
Cool.
And that's
Thank
the
you.
advice I want to give.
Thank you. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, everyone, for attending. There are still 40 people also 2 hours. So I don't know if this could have extended to 5 hours also if you have extended this. But thank you so much, everyone. It was great talking to each one of you. Thank you, guys. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
team.
Good day. Bye-bye.